Um, Welcome to the dystopian world of the maze runner. Now, here are some things you need to have to survive in the life of the maze.
Okay, so the first thing you need is that backpack. You would need a knife. You would need a knife because you would need to protect yourselves against the grievers and all. Yeah. This is referred in page. Chapter 22, page 204, and it says, "Rolls of barbed wire, saws, knives, and swords were all in the armory." Okay. There you go.
Thanks. Now the next thing you will need is, if you are a runner, which we all are, you will need a watch. And you will need a watch to keep the time so that you don't get locked out in the maze before the doors close. And the reference for the watch is on page 202 when it says, "Only runners and keepers get these." Minho said. Before Thomas could look up from tying his shoes, a plastic wristwatch dropped into his lap. It was black and very simple, its face showing only a digital display of the time. Put it on and never take it off. Your life might depend on it. Hey, catch.
Hello. What you would need will be running shoes, because on page 201 it talks about Thomas falling and ends up stumbling on a big box of shoes, and this would help you when you're running away from obstacles such as the grievers, and yeah. Here you go.
Anything the worst catching. Okay, the second thing you would need is wax paper, because in the maze you would need to track down your location and all that stuff you would need to sketch the maze out to help you get out of it. Then this is referred on page 274. It says here, he could barely see the lines of the maze written on the second page to the page pressing on top. In that instant, he knew what he had to do. He looked at the others. Wax paper. Here you go.
Now, the next thing you will need is the grief serum. The grief serum right here. And you will need the grief serum because if you get stung by a griever, you will need this to save your butt. Now, this references on page 322 where it says syringes of grief serum were included, even though Thomas didn't think the grievers would sting them. And this was in chapter 53 when they were getting ready to go out in the maze and fight for their lives. Heads up. Nice.
On page 201, you need paper and pencil. 210 to 211. You need it because, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. Because page 210, Minho slowed to barely more than a walk, and reached behind him to pull out a notepad and pencil from a side pocket in his backpack. Jotted a note, then put them back, never fully stopping. Thomas wondered what he'd written, but Minho answered them before he could pose the question.
Catch. Sorry, some supplies fell out of the backpack.
The third and final thing you would need this large can of soup. You will need food because in the maze you can get all tired and weary. And without food you can get hungry, and next thing you know you're eaten by Griever. So food is very yummy, and it could probably save your life one day. So yeah. I found this in page 322, fry pan. Newt told Thomas that the cook had been one of the last keepers to agree to. He was in charge of the gathering of all the food and figuring out a way to distribute it evenly among the packs. Food. So that wraps up.
No, it doesn't.
Wait,
Hold on, you still have to do the first thing.
wait.
Bloopers. You got to see some bloopers. Now, the actual last thing you will need is a first aid kit. Now, I'm not sure where it said it in the book, but if you get injured, this is mandatory. Now, you can get injured at any time because the maze is kind of a dangerous place, and so you will need the first aid kit. And that is our backpack.
That wraps it all for this video. So
If you enjoyed this and you know what to have in the maze, then go ahead and pack that for the maze. And we hope to see you guys later, I guess. Bye. Bye.